So the hook set is really good on this bass. And caught him really nice. Caught him on Abby Garcia Black Max.
Caught this beautiful bass, about a pound.
Alright, so I just caught this 10-pounder out of that grass right there on the same trick worm. Here I have my Abby Garcia Black Max. I have my Luz Mark Rose Edition bait case.
What is going on YouTube? It's Survival with you today, and today I'm coming at you with a video about my top 5 all-around largemouth bass baits. So let's get into it. First one I want to talk to you about is a jig, a heavy-duty cover weedless jig, as you can see right there. This jig is I think it's a Strike King heavy-duty cover jig, and it's got a multicolored skirt with a brownish tint to all of it, but I would recommend about a 1/4 ounce jig, but as you can see they have a weedless cover guard right here, but sometimes you might want to snip some of those off so you can get a better hook set on a bass. But the good thing with jigs is that you can fish them with trailers. I fished some of mine with craw trailers like this. This is a Yum crawfish trailer, and rodents like this. But that's how I usually fish a jig, and this is a good bait to use in structure for flipping and other things like that. But I highly recommend fishing this and like right before the late afternoon when you start fishing topwater. Yeah, I'd fish this by structure. Moving on to the next one, a white and chartreuse chatterbait. You can pick these up at Walmart. I'm not sure how heavy this one is, but I'm pretty sure it might be an 1/8 ounce. But as you can see, it's white and chartreuse, as the picture is right there. This bait makes a lot of vibrations. I've caught about a 3.5, 4-pounder on this early in the morning whenever they weren't biting topwater, about 6 or 7 o'clock. I threw it out there with a swim bait trailer. Someone gave these to me to use for speckled trout, but I don't fish saltwater that much anymore. But I put this on here because the colors kind of match, as you can see, like that. But I put that on there, I threw it out, and I just slowly reel it and retrieve it. And this would make vibrations right here, and also the swim bait trailer would. Moving on to the next bait, a square bill crankbait. I have the picture right there. But the good thing about a square bill crankbait, it doesn't dive too deep to where you get snagged on things, but I'd fish this around some structure that's underwater, like rocks and things. But if you don't know what a crankbait does, when you do it, it does like that when you reel it. But it's supposed to imitate a hurt shad or a shad just going through the water. But I picked this color right here for clear water, and also to fish in this one lake I fish that has kind of dirtyish water. But in some places it is shallow, and this will stand out very well. But these hooks might be a little too big because they almost wrap around each other. But you can always change out the hooks on a square bill crankbait. But this is an RC Series 2. As you guys can, you probably can't see it, but it's RC2. I picked this one up at Walmart for about $5. But this is a really good crankbait. I haven't caught anything on this particular one yet. But you don't have to fish just a square bill crankbait. You can use other crankbaits like a rattle trap, or even, a deep diver. So that's all for the crankbait. Moving on to the Booyah Black Buzzbait. This was kind of bent some because I got hung up earlier. Yeah, but I've caught a few fish on this. I caught a lot of fish. I caught my PB, actually a 5.5 pounder on this. It's not like ordinary buzzbaits with just the propeller. It's got a little clattering thing right here, so it does that. This thing has been used a lot, even though I've only had it for about a month. But you can catch any kind of fish. You can catch small fish, big bass. I mean, it just tracks the fish. I'd fish this especially early in the morning, but I've caught most fish on it late in the evening. But I usually don't put a trailer on my buzzbaits, but black works really good in the morning, and white works really good in the evening. So that's all for the buzzbait. So This is my #1 bait that I use. It's great bait, great top water for. I've caught fish actually early in the in the middle of the day on this bait. So moving on, this isn't a head and super spook, but I'd fish a walking style spook bait. This is actually a Rapala skitter V. As you can see, instead of having a round bottom, it has a V bottom, so it cuts through the water a lot better. I haven't caught a lot of fish on this particular one because it's a little newer, but the light might be going through this if you can see the little ball right there. The way to fish these, you jerk your rod, but you wouldn't just jerk it like you would a fluke or anything. You jerk it and you pull it back, so it'll jerk through the water, and as you bring it back, it weighs down, and it'll cut through the water back and forth. If you don't know, it'll go bam, bam, bam. But that really imitates very well about like a hurt shad swimming on top of the water, and those bass will just come up and absolutely devour this bait. I'm sorry I did that. I must shoot the camera, but they will actually absolutely hit this bait. But I know it said 5, but I accidentally left out one bait that I absolutely love, and that's in this next clip. Those bait I accidentally left out, even though this is top 5. I'm just put this in there because it's a great bait. The Lunker Hunt Lunker Frog. Great frog. I mean, best frog I've ever used, but the thing is the legs easily come off sometimes. But I prefer either the croaker color, which is a darker color with gray and yellow, or the green tea color like this. On some packages it says that they just won an award at ICAST. I can't remember what it was for, but this is a great bait that won some awards. And the best time to fish this is early in the morning or late in the afternoon, like most topwater baits. But I've even fished this in the middle of the day, and especially in swampy waters. I mean, you can fish this right here. All you gotta do is bump, 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 and let it sit there, because as you bump it, the frog expands its legs like an actual frog swimming through the water. So, as that said, a real frog going through the water, the bass eat frogs, and so especially by lily pads, a lot of people fish frogs on top of lily pads, but I would not recommend throwing this on top of lily pads because of the legs. But I'd throw a skirted frog on lily pads and fish this by lily pads. But crazy story about this frog. I was fishing it one time and I was just reeling it real fast across the lily pads, and about a 6 or 7 pound shoe pick just absolutely just came up, took this thing, ripped both the legs off, and just kind of broke my frog. I thought I had him for a second, but he ripped the legs off and had him hung up in the lily pads. Just so you guys know, you probably don't know exactly where this is, but I've made a lot of videos there at Mr. Bobby's Pond. Y'all don't know that, but I fish there a lot, and fish this frog especially a lot, and I tear him up on this frog, as you guys would see in the How to Fish a Frog. So you guys, that's the conclusion to this video. I hope you like and subscribe. If you guys did not like this video and didn't find it helpful, I would love to know about it. Just leave it down in the comment section. But make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. So see y'all later when I make a new video.